Look at this. I got my backpack. This thing beat me home by about 2 days, and I almost quit my job so I could hurry up and get home and see it. But it's from the pack I ordered 7 or 8 weeks ago from Superior Wilderness Designs. I did a video recently, showed some of the accessories and stuff that I got for this pack. They were all made by the same company. Before I start the video, I wanted to say real quick that a lot of people, if you go onto YouTube and look up backpacking gear, everything on there that you see is really expensive. You know, hundreds of dollars for a sleeping bag or quilt, hundreds of dollars for a backpack, hundreds of dollars for a tent or hammock. You know, and the list just goes on and on. And it's really discouraging to people that are wanting to get into camping and stuff, and they kind of look at it and try to learn a little bit about it and see, you know, how expensive a lot of that gear is, and then they just end up deciding not to do it. So this backpack wasn't cheap, but I just want to say that those old backpacks, I was going to bring this backpack I'm getting ready to talk about and another one out here, but I was afraid the video would get too long if I started talking about features of them. So I didn't bring it, but you know, the old aluminum frames backpacks, they got a full aluminum frame, and like the backpack itself is the top 2/3 of it, and the bottom of it you strap on your sleeping bag and everything. I used one of those backpacks for well over 10 years, used it all over the place, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of nights using it. And it did fine, it did great, had no problems with it. Um, People have done the Appalachian Trails with it, and a lot of other through hikes with them. And it's a backpack you can buy at a yard sale or a Craigslist or anything like that for $20, you know, and use that to get out there and everything. So my point is, yes, this another YouTube video with a not cheap piece of gear, but if you get out there, you can go camping, you can go backpacking, you can do all that stuff on a budget. And then over time, if there's certain gear that you would like to start replacing, then you can gradually do that. I just wanted to put that out there before I started on this. So this pack is a Superior Wilderness Designs backpack. I got the specs pulled up here because I know there's a lot of spec junkies, and no, I don't. Okay, got it now. So this backpack is a Wendigo. That's the model. It's got an internal frame in it, and this one is made to haul comfortably 50 pounds, and it's made out of. They offered this particular model in a 50 liter or a 70 liter. My current backpack that I use is a 10th anniversary Dana Terraplane. Dana Gleason doesn't have that company anymore. He works with Mystery Ranch. So the pack I got, now they make really similar ones at Mystery Ranch. That pack is bomb proof. I put off buying a new backpack for a really long time because, you know, thinking, well, I'll just use that one until it breaks. It won't break. I've had it all over the world. It won't tear up. So I finally went ahead and broke down and got another one. But that backpack weighs 6.5 pounds, a little over 6.5 pounds. This pack, I ordered the 70 liter of the Wendigo, and with the straps and the hip belt and everything else I got on there, the aluminum stays and all that stuff, weighed 2.33 pounds. If my math is right, it weighed 37.4 ounces. so 2.33 pounds. So switching from that pack to this pack, I'm saving a hair over 4 pounds just in my backpack, empty backpack weight. It's made out of the Ultra 400 and fabric. I'll show you the pack here. So I just opened it up and looked at it. I was going to do an unboxing video, but I just opened it up and looked at it, and just to kind of get an idea of what I thought about it. And this Ultra 400, I've worked with Dyneema fabrics, I've worked with X-Pac fabrics, and a lot of other fabrics. I've never worked with the Ultra 400 fabric. So this is my first experience of messing with it. And I can tell you that my first impression when I opened up the box was that it had the fabric, the feel of the fabric gives me confidence that this is going to hold up for a while, for quite a while. I know a lot of the Dyneema fabrics and stuff that a lot of packs are made out of, they over time start wearing and getting little holes in it and everything, but this fabric here, I think I'm definitely going to get my money's worth out of it. I also ordered a 1/8 inch foam pad. This is just something I've been wanting for a while, but it seems like every time I go to order one, places are out of stock of them and everything. They're hard to find in stock. Superior Wilderness Designs had some on their website, so I just went ahead and picked it up while I was doing that. I got green up here where the elastic is and everything. They have different colors and stuff you could choose from. So when I first opened it up, this is the first time I've undone the straps and everything, but when I first opened it up, like I said, the fabric, it really gives me some confidence that I'm going to get my money's worth out of it. It's a 70 liter pack, so it's a pretty big pack, all completely unrolled. The stiffener, it's got a stiffener in there, and which makes it a lot easier to roll and keep rolled tight. And I noticed one thing, the stiffener is right here, but this fabric is kind of thick enough that even it helps you roll. Just the fabric alone helps you roll on it. There's a couple things first let me show you. So the pack, I flipped it over, and some of the lightweight roll top bags you get, the straps are just straight. You know, just these are curved and everything. Be a lot more comfortable from my experience using different backpacks over the last 30-40 years. These are a lot more comfortable straps, and then the cushion itself that they got in them, really nice. I really think I'm gonna like it. It has this sleeve here is made out of Venom fabric, really durable. It's got a pad that helps to support the pack and cushion your back and everything. It's got a pad in here that can be pulled out to use as a sit pad in that. And this hip belt, a lot of these roll top packs, man, one of the things I don't like about them, and I'll tell you after I describe the pack, I mean, kind of go over this pack's features, why I went with this company. But the pad is really comfortable and everything too. This hip belt, a lot of the hip belts that they have, these roll top packs, you know, most of the roll top packs are just about getting the minimum amount of weight you can get. And so if they have a hip belt on them at all, it's only a hip belt by name. It doesn't really help support the weight and take some of the weight off your shoulders and everything. This is an actual usable hip belt that will take the weight off your shoulders and everything, and it's really comfortable. So I like that. I wanted the Y straps that go across it. A lot of people use them for like bear canisters and stuff like that. But you could also, like if you wanted to put your tin across the top or something, if you have just the single strap going across it, then it could be unstable and kind of start wobbling around, even just like a tent or something, you know, or a foam pad or anything, and it could just be a constant fight for miles and miles and miles trying to keep it right. But these Y straps, I got it really tight right now. These Y straps come out, and you can really get it, you know, hold on to what you got strapped on there a lot better. I ordered a Chinese roll top pack just a year or so ago, just to see if I would even like the roll top packs, and it had a white strap, but the thing was so it came out to about here, and then it was a straight strap by, you know, going across it, so it really did not serve its purpose of really securing your, you know, your bear can or whatever you put up there. It was a Y strap by name only. So these, what I did is I ordered a straight strap and the Y strap. I figure I'm going to I'm going to use just the Y strap. It helps hold everything down better, even if you don't have anything on there. Just the roll top, you know, helps hold that. But just in case because my Dana has a lid. It's got a lid, a brain, whatever you want to call it. That's removable. But with these, I figured the Y strap I would like a lot better. But just in case, I ordered the straight strap. But these are removable. I could take the Y strap off or the straight strap off or both of them off or whatever. So I really like that. I could try what I like and don't like, and then set it up the way I want to when I'm done. It's got load lifters. I got my camera turned around so that everything's not backwards, but it really I'm using my phone, but it's really kind of aggravating because I can't see if I'm in view of the camera when I'm holding this gear. But I've seen this is a load lifter. I've seen some load lifters that were sewn just like right above the strap, and they rode down about an inch above the strap. They did no good at all in actually doing what the load lifter is designed to do, which is kind of take some of that weight off the top of your shoulder and everything. This is an actual usable load lifter that will do its job. It's got all the straps on the side, the compression straps and all that kind of stuff, so you can really scrunch it in if you want to. It's got the straps on the bottom. I have these on my pack all the time. I use it maybe one time out of 90 trips. Sometimes there's just that one random thing that I want. So what I normally do is I just keep these straps snug down, and all the excess strap out of the way and everything, and it's just there if I need it. But these also have these are removable. I think these are called G hooks. If not, that's what I'm calling them because I can't think of the real name. But they come off. Let's see if I can show you up here. This little hook. This buckle, it comes off. All of them are like that. The Y straps and all that kind of stuff is like that. One thing I know I want to do is there's no pocket on the inside, which is not that big of a deal, but I have a small little repair kit for my stove and other little random little things, and I have them in a little zippered bag, but about the size of a business card. But I don't like it just being loose in the bag because I'm afraid when I start pulling stuff out, I'm going to lose it. So I will probably sew inside on the back a zippered pouch, a bigger zippered pouch, so I can put little things like that in there. It's no fault on their design of the pack. It's just something I prefer. Got the pocket. A lot of them have mesh pockets and everything. A lot of these roll top bags. I didn't want the mesh pack. I just my preference. I see a lot of benefits to it. Like I've put in my tarp in there before when it's wet, and kind of help let the excess water drain out as I'm going along. And there are benefits to it, but I just chose not to do it. I could have ordered the bungee cord that kind of goes along through here on the side of the pack. I have plenty of it. I didn't need to, you know, I could just put my own on there. So that's no big deal. It's got really deep pockets. I was going to bring a 1 liter bottle to show this size wise, but I'm going to have another video out as soon as I can get this out in the woods and try it, and then I'll be able to show all that. Plus have my extra gear on there too. The stitching, just like with their accessories that I ordered, the stitching is just perfect. I mean, as somebody, you know, I make gear and everything, so I know a lot of places that people skimp on when they're making gear to make it a little bit cheaper, or a little, you know, take some less time, little shortcuts and stuff like that. And there's none of that on this pack. And I was confident of that before I ordered it. One thing I don't know if I'm going to like or not is so the pack, this front pouch opens up pretty wide, but the way it's zipper, it folds down here. I wish it was pleated in a different way, so it kind of had more of a flat bottom instead of that tapered. I don't know if it's ever even going to be an issue using it, but just a thought I had. I might use this pack 10 years and that never be an issue. Just like I said, just an initial thought I had. Everything on here is just perfect. Some of the packs use, like for your sternum strap, some of the packs use like a webbing, a nylon ribbon kind of thing, and it doesn't hold very often. You're gonna, you know, be constantly retightening it. This, they use good materials for that, so that I don't see that being an issue with this pack. One thing I don't know if I'm gonna like or not is these buckles on a sternum strap are small. The buckles on the roll top are small. All these are small. I understand saving weight and everything, but one thing I might be an issue is like on my Dana pack, the buckles, everything like this, that these type of buckles, they're bigger, and so even with a set of gloves on, you could still like unbuckle it and everything. These, I think, will probably be harder to do with gloves on. I'll find out, and if it does become an issue, I'll just sew my own on there and go on about my business. These guys are from Michigan. This husband and wife that makes these, so they spend a lot of time in the cold weather. I'm sure if it was an issue, they wouldn't have went with this. They would have went with bigger ones. But maybe just in their opinion, it wasn't an issue. I don't know. I can't judge it too harshly because I haven't even used it. So the hip pad's a little bit adjustable. It's got aluminum stays that run down each side in these pockets that help support the weight and help transfer the weight from your shoulders to the hip belt and everything. I like this. A lot of hip belts have just one strap. This is, you're able to you know, it's pulling from 2 points on each side. One thing I already seen was an issue when I was tightening it down. Let me put it on. I don't need to put it on to demonstrate. I just want to wear my new toy. All right. So I'm going to adjust it. See, I see right now, I tightened it earlier, but this is the first time I loosened it, and it kind of takes 2 hands to loosen. But I really only need to adjust it one time, you know, depending on if I'm wearing a jacket or not wearing a jacket or something. And then from then on, the rest of the trip, all I got to do is just unbuckle it and buckle it. So using 2 hands to adjust it, it's not that big of a deal. So whenever I pulled some of these that do have the dual thing, there's a strap on each side. This has just got one strap and it runs through here and back, so one way to tighten it. So when I tightened it, it's kind of doing it now. It's pulling it tight here, but it's still loose up here. So I got to kind of feed it through and then tighten it and kind of feed it through and tighten it. Now that's something I'll have to mess with a little bit every time I take the pack off and on. I'll initially set the tension on the belt when I first go out, depending on how big of a jacket I'm wearing or whatever. But then each time I take it off and put it back on, like stop and take a break or whatever, I might need to snug it up a little bit. And then see, it's still really loose up here, so I gotta kind of feed that through and then retighten. Maybe it'll be a good thing because I don't know. Well, no, because if it's loose, then once you start walking, if this top part's loose after you tighten it, then once you start walking and moving around, then it's going to slide through and you're going to be loose again and have to retighten it. Once you get it tightened down, it's good, no issue at all. But just a thought I had. I would rather pull one strap, pull a second strap, do them both at the same time, than have to pull and kind of feed it through and then pull and maybe feed it through one more time. So that's really my only complaint with the whole thing, and I don't even know really if that's a complaint. I'll have to just get it out there and use it. That's just my initial thoughts on it. I see that as somebody who has backpacked for many years and used a lot of different type of gear. I see that as a potential problem. I don't know, but this pack, man, I'm looking forward to using this pack. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I've been wanting this pack for a couple of years, but I didn't want to get a new pack. My Dana was still good, and couldn't really justify spending the money. And then over the summer, I started putting back a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there, and then looked at my account where I was putting that money at one day, and I was like, man, I got enough to go get that. So that's what I did. And that's the thing with the budget stuff, if you can go on a budget and enjoy being outside in the woods and camping and backpacking and have a great old time. And Superior Wilderness Design, see that patch right there? And you don't need, maybe over time, if you have a little bit extra money, stock it away and you can upgrade your equipment and stuff. So why did I go with this gear, with this company? I heard them on a podcast maybe 2 years ago now, and with my Dana pack, that pack is heavy and all that kind of stuff, but the suspension in it and the hip belt and the load lifters and everything, I could carry, and also why did I go with a pack this big? I can carry in that Dana 60 pounds. The only place I could feel it is in my legs. It feels like I'm 60 pounds heavier. I can walk up and down hills, I can do all that kind of crap, and I don't have, at the end of the day, I don't have any pain in my hips, I don't have any pain in my shoulders, I don't have any pain in my back. My legs just felt like I had gained 60 pounds. And that just amazing after using the different backpacks I've used over the years. I bought that Dana back in the mid-90s, and that it's just so sweet to be able to carry that much weight and not have problems with your shoulders or your back or your hips or whatever. Beautiful, beautiful, sexy backpack that just carries like a dream. And now, why did I need a pack to carry that much? Because I used to do a lot of rock climbing and rappelling. And one of the things that we would do is out in the national forest, looking at a topographical map, say, hey, there's some bluffs there. They're, 100 foot, 300 foot tall, whatever. We'll just navigate our way out there. There's no trails, there's no nothing, just navigate our way out there. Camp for a couple of days, do some climbing, rappelling, and all that kind of stuff. And that's another thing about the Dana pack, that it had all the adjustments so you could really kind of snug the pack down to your body and everything. So when you're climbing up over logs and all that kind of stuff, your pack doesn't just flip over and make you fall and stuff like that. Really, really stable pack. Excellent, excellent backpack. Um, so I was listening to these guys, Superior Wilderness Designs, on a podcast. I think they were doing the Continental Divide Trail, or it might have been the Pacific Coast Trail. They were talking about that and how most of the roll top packs are like they're under 2 pounds. They can carry maybe 30 pounds. Most of them, 25 pounds, 20 pounds, something like that, and then you're going to be uncomfortable. Um, like I said, with my pack, with that Dana, you can carry 60, 70 pounds. Some people carry 90 pounds in it. Um, so with all that gear, the rappelling gear, the camping gear for a couple of days, all that kind of stuff, I needed a lot of volume in the pack, and I needed a lot of weight. I needed to be able to carry weight comfortably, and I needed a really stable pack for bushwhacking through the woods instead of just walking down the trail. These guys were talking in that podcast and said that whenever they were coming up with their designs and their idea to make backpacks, they were using the roll top packs with a small, minimal amount of weight limit on them, and they were thinking, man, it's got to be a way to design a backpack like this that can actually carry some weight, because one of the things they do, they make a lot of their gear for like pack rafting and stuff like that, to have the volume and the weight capacity to carry a pack raft and your rest of your gear. But so they trial and error and everything, and they designed, with like their aluminum stays and the rest of the way, their hip belt and all that kind of stuff, designed a roll top pack that is still pretty light. This is one of their heavier packs at 2.33 pounds. This is one of their heaviest ones, and at 70 liters, one of their biggest ones. They have a couple that are a little bit bigger, but so to have a roll top pack that will save me 4 pounds on my backpack weight, and could still carry weight and be comfortable with it, that's when I started checking into them, because if somebody will make a backpack that will do all that, hey, I'm all in. I want one of them. Here's my wallet. So why do I need? I don't rock climb and rappel very much at all anymore, and if I do, it's just like going to the local place and walking 20 feet from the car to go out there. No backwoods, getting out there and everything. But all the people my age have gotten old. I don't know how they got old and I stayed so young and beautiful, but they've gotten old. If you talk about doing anything that's going to require any kind of physical exertion or maybe some discomfort, they're out. So I started, it ended up like I took my nephew out backpacking, I took my son out, and other people that don't have a lot of experience and everything, I tend to carry extra gear just in case. I know it'd be smarter if I just said, okay, before we go empty out your pack, let me make sure you got everything. But I tend to carry extra gear in those situations. So having a little bit extra room to do that, and be able to carry the weight comfortably. I think the last 2 times, because I was carrying extra weight and everything, and it was winter time, my pack, 55 pounds, and then 45 pounds. If I go out by myself, it's a lot less. But so that's why there's a lot of companies that make these roll top packs that are lighter, bare minimal, going to save you every gram. These guys also make, Superior Wilderness Designs also make really lightweight backpacks. So if you're interested in that, check them out about those too. But to have a pack, like I said, by a company that was determined to make this type of pack that can actually be useful, and you could actually carry some weight in it, I was all aboard, to try them out. And really looking forward to getting this pack. The great thing is I don't have to carry 60 pounds or 80 pounds or anything like that. I don't have to carry, you know, enough stuff to equip 4 people. I can go smaller, go solo, and with the roll top pack, you know, get it down pretty small and you know, still be comfortable. But I know if I need to, this pack will carry the weight and carry it comfortably. And if it will carry 50 pounds comfortably, then it will dang sure carry 20 pounds comfortably. So that's it. Unfortunately, it came after my vacation. I might have to just call in sick for a couple days and take this beast out there and try it out. And when I do, I'll take some pictures and do some video of my thoughts while I'm using it and having the rest of my gear. I still got to decide whether I want to use these hip belt pockets are for them. I got to decide which style I'm going to go to. I got another video talking about these and the water bottle holders and everything else. But I'm babbling because I'm excited because it's Christmas and I got a brand new toy that I'm just going to push my wife out of bed tonight and curl up next to this thing that I've been waiting a long time for. And I think I'm really going to like it. I think I know the quality's good. I know the stitching's good. I know the material's good. The true test will be to put some weight in it and see how it carries. But looking forward to it.